probably do more videos about INFJs, and we'll do more videos on other types. I'll try to get some other interviews with other people. But one last thing I want to ask you, because I find that this is kind of a common theme with INFJs, is it seems like there's always an internal battle, which
Yeah,
sometimes gets shared with the rest of the world, but there's
yeah,
just an intense emotional internal battle with yourself, and those INFJs um, who can win that battle and integrate themselves, then can successfully um, bring the battle to the rest of the world and make the world a better place.
yeah, yeah. They can, and few of them do.
Yeah,
I think that is, yeah, and that is the colder, darker, more unpleasant side of having that personality type. And I think because majority, I believe most INFJs do not really comprehend that well, and therefore never really get around to addressing it, or even sadly are consciously aware that it exists and exists in such a serious manner. It's not well known and it's not well talked about. So because of that, I'm only going to speak for myself,
yeah,
not INFJs as a whole, but just for me. Is it was, and yeah, until about 4 years ago, I was never aware of it. It was there. It manifested
right.
pretty pretty openly, pretty aggressively, but it wasn't. I was not consciously aware of what it was and how it worked and why. But when I did kind of reach that level of self realization and understanding, it was something I really focused and concentrated on intensely because
Yeah,
I knew that that was essential for me if I wanted to be happy and successful. So with me, it was, and it is a constant battle of needing to be able to justify why I exist, like why I'm alive. Because if I feel like I'm not good enough, I'm not enough of a net positive to the world, then why am I even here? What am I doing? And that's
mm,
why with the whole suicide thing, it felt more like it was morally right to kill myself. Like, not even really a sad thing. It was more
yeah,
like, well, you're just a waste of a person and you're just hurting everyone around you. And that was the constant internal war. And I didn't even really know how ridiculous or uncommon in other people that was until, well, just until I did know.
yeah,
I
well,
didn't know until I did,
yeah,
and then I figured it out and was like, well, that's not entirely bad. I mean, I'm happy that I care so much about needing to justify my existence, but it doesn't need to be so crucial and critical in the sense that you need to be depressed all the time. Like, I don't hate myself and I'm not depressed all the time.
yeah,
I think I just care really seriously about what legacy I'm going to leave behind and how
yeah,
I'm going to impact the lives of those I care about. That definitely matters to me a whole lot.
yeah,
And so before I really um, knew that so well and was so intimate with the matter, I could have never even said it that way because I never even thought about it because it essentially didn't exist to me. That wasn't a concept. I have
mm,
never comprehended that. And I'm so glad I did because that helped me get to know myself better and then integrate my psyche more than I ever thought I could have. And I'm really happy that happened. So
yeah,
it still exists, but it's more incorporated. It's not so unstable and imbalanced. It's more like now that I know it more closely and I'm pretty aware of it, I can use it as a source of drive and purpose and direction.
yeah,
So I'm glad
yeah,
I'm like that. I'm just
yeah,
even more glad that I was able to figure it out. And like I said already, I'm by no means have I figured out myself perfectly or even remotely close to perfectly. And arguably, I don't even know myself that well. I'm just glad that I know myself as well as I do.
yeah,
And I know for sure not a whole lot of people do, which is sad because I only hope to continue learning about continue my self-awareness for the rest of my life.
yeah,
I want to be as self-aware as I can so that I can be more regulated and therefore be more clearly focused and concentrated so that I can be happier and more successful in the world, and so that I can be psychologically and emotionally happy, which I don't think is a purpose of life, but it matters.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
important. So I just hope to, remain humble but continue excelling in that area.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Um, one last thing, do you have any like, you know, one or two sentence advice to other INFJs of how to, I don't know, understand themselves better in order to be successful?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Find purpose.
Mm,
That is, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
makes
If
a lot of
you
sense.
if you have a purpose and it does validate you and it's something you're passionate and ambitious about and it motivates and inspires you, run with it forever. Make
Yeah,
sure you understand and realize why you care about it and why it matters, and make the most of it you possibly can, because without purpose we're just lost and confused wandering.
yeah,
So
that
yeah,
makes sense.
find purpose, find reason.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That was a lot of good content.
Yeah,
So,
sorry it was so long, man.
oh
There's a
no, it's all
lot
good.
there.
It's all good, man.
All right.
All right, we're gonna cut
Yeah.
off the video there.